All right, all right. So let's see who just jumped on. Richard's trying to connect. All right, everyone turn your cameras on if you have a camera. Can you guys see my screen? Good, all right. What's going on, Mick? How you doing?
Good, bud.
Good, good, good. Hey, glad for you guys to pop on here. So today it's going to be real quick, but we're going to go deep tissue on one thing. And what do you think that one thing is going to be about? All right, kind of got a cheat sheet up here already. Probably first highlighted word right there.
Prospecting.
Prospecting. So I know, Karen, you're in a different market area. So just kind of grab what you can, because I know how it is with your calling. But this isn't necessary for cold calling. This is also follow-up and nurturing calls as well. So the reason why I want to hit on this, guys, is because we already know that the market has shifted and it's going to continue shifting. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
So what are we doing as far as our daily routine? So you remember we talked about double downing and not only just doing more work, but doing it efficiently, right? Because you guys can do the same amount of work. You don't even have to double down if you're making efficient phone calls, and if you have clear and precise goals, if you have scripts, if you have all those things that are needed to make you an expert, you probably don't have to double down. However, you may have to double down if you want more business or if you want to stay ahead of the game, right? Would you guys agree? So today I want to talk about prospecting, make sure that everyone's prospecting, that everyone is prospecting on a high level, meaning that you have goals. You're not just doing random calls. You're not just saying random things, that you're actually delivering something of value. Okay. That you guys are using your CRMs, you're using all your tools and your skill set all in one flow. So would you guys agree that everyone here on this call is doing that? And if you aren't doing that, please raise your hand and say, hey, I need help with that. Is everyone doing that? Okay. All right. Thanks, Karen, for being transparent. So today, how are you deepening those relationships? How are you staying top of mind? The best way is always picking up the phone. Okay. So how many people are also sending out videos? Hey, just thinking about you. Let's say a buyer. Hey, just thinking about you. I know you're in the market to purchase. Just want to kind of give you an update on market conditions. Here's something that's applicable, something that's pertinent to your current disposition. So I'm creating this video for you. How many people create videos like that? Okay. How many people create any personal videos at all?
No.
Okay. So have you guys ever got a personal video from a friend? No one? I can't believe you guys got some sucky friends. Really? Nobody? So there's a couple people in my sphere that they just say, hey, Gary, and it's impressive. It's like, hey, Gary, haven't talked to you in a while, man. I'm just out here. I'm at the gym or out here shopping, just thinking about you. I just want to shoot this quick video, say, hey, how you doing? Miss you, bro. We'll chat soon. I mean, how awesome is that? And that's coming from a friend. Now think about it. If you did that for a client, for a prospect, how would that make you feel? Pretty amazing, right? So this isn't just about doing the bare minimums. This is about setting standards above what everybody else is doing. So we have a small group here. What do we have? Maybe 10 people. So just think, if you 10 aren't doing it, right? Think of how many agents out there aren't doing it. Do you guys want to do the same thing that every other agent is doing, or do you want to be above them?
Yeah. So Gary, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
So are you saying to send a video, like let's say I pick up the phone and I want to convey that message on the phone, but if I can't get a hold of you, send a video message with that same sentiment?
Absolutely. Or, or if you want to do it on a higher scale. So always, number one is personalized videos. It could be short and sweet. Just record it from your phone, right? Hey, just thinking about you. Here's some updates. Wasn't able to get a hold of you. No worries. Looking forward for our next appointment. whatever it is, shoot a video, send it to them, boom, send it, right? Even if you can get a hold of a person, right, and you're just checking in, hey, just checking in with you, okay? Whatever relevance it has, use that because they're very powerful, okay? Now, once you start getting into the masses, you can start shooting videos for the masses, market conditions, things like that, right? But I'm talking about customized videos, right? How many of you guys are doing face-to-face check-ins via Zoom or anything like that other than just phone calls? Hey, you know what, Mr. Smith? I got some great news here about the market conditions and I want to share a story with you. Kay, can you jump on a Zoom call with me for about 15, 20 minutes? Is anybody doing that? So how much of a connection do you think now that I got I got you guys' attention, I got your camera on, do you think a Zoom call would be more effective or just a phone call? Which one? Well, you guys that's a rhetorical
A
question, but
Zoom, probably a Zoom if you could set it up.
yeah, if you could set it up, right? All I'm doing is saying, hey, with those clients that are cooperating with you, take it to the next level. And then when you got them on Zoom, you can show them some, screenshots of what the industry is doing and what EXP is doing, how we're growing, and et cetera, market conditions or whatever, right? Okay, so in today's market, right, there's 3 F's right now. There's fight, and you can use fright, or you can use fear, or you can use, and then there's freeze. So are you going to freeze or are you frozen? So most agents right now are frozen. They don't know what to do. It's like, man, I heard that on the news, rates are going down, we're going to recession. They're like, I don't know what to do. They're frozen, right? Your mind condition is, no, we're not frozen. We're going to keep moving. We're going to double down. We're going to pick up the phone. If I got to hammer out more calls, then I'm going to do that. If I got to tighten up my scripts and become more efficient on my calls to maximize every opportunity when I pick up the phone, I'm going to do that. Okay. So with that being said, you guys have to educate yourself. Let me go to a different screen here. Okay. So focus and double down, right? Prospecting is number 1, right? So agents will need to train and manage your schedules and time blocking for prospect appointments and personal times. Most agents will not have the discipline or skill to do this. Okay. Education is very important, a piece of this. How many people think that knowing the market conditions in certain areas, certain pockets of the industry is very important? If you guys want to press your clients, you have to be the expert at what you're talking about. What we specialize in is this. What I specialize in is this. So what is you guys' niche? Do you have your niche that you specialize in? Is it, talking about financing? Is it talking about how the programs work? Is it talking about negotiations? What is it that your strength is? What's your value proposition? Right? Do all you guys have that? So when you're talking to clients, you're saying, hey, what I specialize in is this. You guys should be specializing in almost everything that comes up. That's how you overcome those objections. So therefore, you need to have a very wide bandwidth of these objections, market conditions, rates. Why do you not be concerned about the rate? You're not married to the rate, you're married to the house. The rate is just temporary. You can refinance out of the rate, right? Does that make sense? So how do you become a specialist in making phone calls? So I'm gonna go way back to the basics. You guys may or may not be doing this, but I just want to make sure. So preparation before your calls, be very intentional. Okay, when you guys are picking up each call, are you intentional? How do you become intentional? You become intentional by knowing everything about that prospect you're calling, by knowing, almost anticipating what their response is going to be to what you say, because you study that client, you know their behavior, you know their disc profile, you know how to communicate with them, and you know what you're delivering, and you know that you're gathering intel, and you know that you're setting an appointment for the next step. That's kind of your body of a phone call. And how do you do that? Okay. So number one is you deliver passion. Number two, you have enthusiasm. Okay. Be excited and share your this is for a agent attraction call, but the same principle. Okay. Be enthusiastic about what you're doing. What did Bill Gates say? What I do best is share my enthusiasm. Okay. Although these people are scared, they're frustrated, you have to bring something to the table to be excited about. Like if you're a buyer, what's the one thing that you should be excited about conveying it to the buyer? What are you seeing in the market right now? I need some participation on this. What are you seeing in the market that favors buyers?
That it's that you, well, I would say now that here in Texas, the prices are going down just a little bit and the inventory is coming up just a little bit. So that might encourage a buyer.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. What I'm seeing here in the state of Washington is that sellers are doing price reductions. Sellers are also doing seller concessions. Okay. It's working in the favor of the buyer. So when you're talking to the buyer and they're scared, shouldn't you be conveying that enthusiasm about, hey, these are market conditions. This is how it benefits you. This is how it's going to impact you.
I guess like letting them know that we're kind of entering back into a buyer's market. Like 5 years ago, they could do that, negotiate all those things.
Absolutely. And so what you guys should be handling these as is if it was, pre-COVID, those times, right? Would you guys agree? Okay. So confidence, be very confident with your sharing. Be persistent, your tonality, be very excited about what you're saying. Show concern, right? Repeat and affirm. When they say something, repeat and affirm it. Feel, felt, and found, right? Okay. And have fun. I'll just kind of skip around here. Have fun and be direct. All right. So how many people role play? Do you guys role play? What's the number one common objection that you guys hear every day when you're on the phone?
Is this about a seller or a buyer?
Either one. I mean, I don't know if what's one for a buyer? Give me one for a buyer. What are you guys hearing?
Prices are too high, so I'm not in the market. I'm waiting. This is what I hear. I'm waiting for the prices to come down or the interest rate, one or the other.
Okay.
My response is that's not going to happen anytime soon, but you can always streamline refinance in a year.
Right. Okay. What else? What else do we hear? What about up there in Canada? What are we hearing with buyers or sellers?
It's just the same that they're waiting for the interest rate to go down, or they're not sure about the market, whether the interest rate might gonna go up more, and they're just expecting that house price is gonna go more down. So that's what just they're waiting for.
Okay, so let's see how much you guys have been studying. Do you think the home prices are going to come down? Has there ever been a period where appreciation doesn't happen?
No, but they have come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so right now, what I would say to those is, hey, I don't know what the market conditions are going to be, but I know how the market conditions are now. Right? Is that a true statement? And then by knowing how they are now, how does that work for a buyer? You probably have a little bit of leverage for negotiations. Am I right or wrong?
Correct.
The only reason why buyers are opting out is because the interest rates, they feel the interest rates are too high and the payments are too high. It's not about inventory all the time with the buyers. Some buyers are out there that we talk to, there's inventory in their areas, but they just don't want to buy because of interest rates. Okay. So with that being said, how do you overcome that fear of interest rates? Well, I don't know what the market is going to do in the future, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, but I know now is a good time to buy. And tell them why. And why would that be? Somebody give me an answer. We just talked about it. Mick, what would be a good answer to that? Why is it a good time for a buyer to buy now?
Well, right now, because we know that rates are still going to go up in the future, and with house prices still coming down and more inventory, there's been more selection, and historically rates are still pretty good in the scheme of things.
Right. So what I'm saying, in everybody's market areas, things are going to be a little different, but all across the board, they're going to be the same as well. There's going to be a lot of common denominators. You know, overall, it's still a good time for buyers to buy, right? You just have to give them your perspective as that person sharing facts, right? And sharing that enthusiasm and sharing those options, right? You don't know how many agents that I've talked to that when they talk to someone on the phone, they're scared to be almost like it's combative. If they say, well, I don't want to, you know, buy anything right now because it's not the good time, interest rates are high. How many agents you think say, okay, you're right, and just hang up the phone and hey, I'll call you back in 6 months, or hey, I call you back whenever? That's probably the average phone call. How many of you guys are doing that? You guys here on this team need to be very resourceful and educated on everything that you're delivering, giving them options. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Right. And giving them good options, right? Because at the end of the day, again, they're not married to the rate. I mean, Karen already said this. They're married to that house. So if a perfect house comes up with the perfect price and you have some negotiating power and some leverage, that's a one in a lifetime opportunity. That house is going to come back up. It's going to sell, and then you're going to be out of an opportunity. So how do you maximize the opportunity? Okay, so make sure you guys are using all the angles of educating your clients. First, you got to educate yourself, right? Then educate your clients. Okay. So where the breakdown comes in at is accountability. Okay. So what are you guys doing for accountability? Who's holding you accountable? Is it yourself? Is it a team lead? Is it a collaboration in a group? Who's holding you guys accountable for making your calls?
For us, it's our team lead, Richard.
Okay. And then, okay. And then you guys are checking in on a daily, weekly basis?
Weekly basis.
Weekly. Okay. Who's holding you accountable daily?
Ourselves, nobody else.
Okay. Okay.
Coach?
What's that?
What is your suggestion in this?
Well, my suggestion is, and when you're in the trenches, shoulder to shoulder with other teammates, it's kind of good to see, you know, what they're doing on a daily basis. Hey, have you made your calls today? What objections have you heard? How you handle those objections? What's the best time that you're calling? You know, what kind of results have you been seeing? You know, it's communication. Communicate within the team, right, on a daily basis. Okay.
Fair enough.
You know, when the market shifts, it's kind of like anything, the frequency turns up. So now you're looking at high frequency everything. Okay. And communication is key. So, you know, if somebody has something, a sweet spot, they've kind of figured it out, share that with the rest of the team. Right? If somebody's finding some data that's been working, share that with the rest of the team. But that's going to cause you guys to communicate every day and push one another. Okay, are you guys pushing each other? Are you guys having healthy competition?
Not for now. Not a lot.
No,
No.
no. Okay, so you guys are a lot different than me because I used to call and talk people all the time. Hey, guess what? I made 10 phone calls a day and I have 4 appointments. How many appointments you got? Oh, 0, goose egg. Oh man, what are you doing? See, I used to talk shit all the time, and excuse my language, but it is what it is. You guys need to start talking shit to one another, especially on the team. That's going to motivate. How many of you guys are competitive? There we go. There we go. Oh, Chris, there we go. Making Chris, that's the only competitive ones we got. So I see who the winner is going to be. All right. You guys need to start talking some shit to each other. Hold each other accountable. Pump each other up. Come on, let's go, man. I got 3 already. How many you got? What? You ain't start making your calls yet? What you been doing? Scrambling eggs? Eating bacon? What you doing? Make this stuff fun, you guys. Come on. Don't treat it like a job. Make it fun. Have some healthy competition. You know, and then hit your boss up, hit you know, the boss man up and say, hey, you know, if somebody wins this competition, what do we get? Get a lunch? You know, come on, get some skin in the game. Have some fun with it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to change the climate for you guys, man. This is where, you know, I'm gonna let you guys know these next few months are where you're gonna start seeing team players drop off, kind of like in battle. 1 second you're running next to somebody, next second they collapse and they're done. Right? And you don't want that to happen, right? So that means you got to watch your 6, their 6, who's next to you, who's running with you. Grab someone, pull them up, motivate them. Hey, what you struggling with? You need help with the scripts? Let's role play. It's game time, man. Right? How many people want to be professional on the phone? Your money is made on the phone. That's why that term dialing for dollars came up. You should know when you make 100 phone calls, how much money you're going to make. 200 phone calls, how much money you're going to make. Dialing for dollars. So with that being said, if that's your profession, prospecting, shouldn't you be learning every day? Role playing? Hey, so let's start a new culture here. You guys pair up and start role playing. Hey, give me a call. Ring, ring. Hey, yeah, this is Mike. Hey, Mike, this is so-and-so from EXP. Blah, blah, blah. Role play. Yeah, Mike, I'm not buying right now. I just wanna wait. Oh, you know what concerns me about that? And then get into your role play. And if you guys don't have the scripts, that's a script man right there. Richard, he's the king of scripts. You hear that, Richard? The king of scripts. Okay, so you guys should be role playing every day, reading scripts every day. There shouldn't be one objection that you can't handle. Like if I said right now, I want to wait, you should have a script for that. You know what concerns me about what you just said is everybody's going to wait or get into that script of, hey, I don't know what the future is going to be, but I know today is a good time to buy. And are you willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars more because you waited? Because guess what? Interest rates are going to climb and maybe the price of houses are going to go up. We don't know. So are you willing to spend thousands of dollars more to buy 90 days from now, 6 months from now, rather than buy now? Run your facts, run your numbers. Okay. So the task I'm going to give you guys is I'm not going to bounce around and start doing all this elaborate, fancy business plans and all this stuff. I want you guys to focus on prospecting and get good at that. Everything else will fall back in place. Prospecting is the #1 key for you guys as newer agents or low production agents to get you to the next level, to level up. Okay. Now, with that being said, I'm going to share in the chat box these there's a video. EXP is actually coming up with some resources for you guys. It's called Level Up. Okay, there's actually a video that I was watching on YouTube right here. It's the same language, just presented a little differently. Okay, so watch this video. It's all the same stuff, you know, all the all the people that has been there, done that, they're gonna always tell you the same things: mindset, skill set, prospecting. You know, it's all gonna be the same stuff. So you guys go ahead and watch that. Any questions? Okay, so here's your assignments, you guys. And Richard, I'm not trying to, you know, do anything against the grain for, you know, your culture, but I suggest that you guys partner up or triple up or whatever, start role playing.
Yeah,
When I was
that
a
is my
front line,
culture.
yeah. So when I was an agent, I had my partner, and we call each other. When my number came up with his ID, I'm 9 times out of 10 it was a role play. He'll just call me randomly during the day, in the car, grocery store, because really there's no set time.
Yeah.
And why? Because that's a natural environment, right? So when you practice a natural environment, then you're on your feet. So you could be in the car at a grocery store and have an inbound call, or maybe even make an outbound call and role play and not fold under pressure. So we used to call each other throughout the day, right? And so role play, you know, ring ring. Hey, be a buyer seller. Learn those scripts. Pull the scripts up. Richard, go ahead and share the scripts with everybody if you haven't already. I'm sure you have, but know those scripts. Know that dialogue. Okay. And so and they hold each other accountable and have some healthy competition. Okay, I want that to start. Have some fun with it. It's all about having fun, right? How many of you guys play basketball, football, any of those sports? Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris, you
it's
still
very
play?
sporting. It's a
Yeah.
sporting
So
culture.
I'm 6 foot. I think I might have shrunk an inch or so over the years, but back in the day, you know, being 6 foot, I mean, I had hops. I dunk on you in a minute, and I used to talk a lot of shit. And don't talk about wait, let me get down here so you can see the shot. That flick of wrist. Don't talk about the free throw, my 3-pointer. I bust in a minute. Backstep. Oh man, don't get me started. But I talk shit. Come on, you guys. You can have teammates and talk shit. Okay. So let's go. Let's do it, man. Let's have fun with this. So whatever your goal is, share it with everybody. So I want you guys to share your goals with everybody. Hey, this is my goal. I want to make X amount of calls every day, X amount of calls a week. And I want to make this many contacts. I want to make this many appointments. Share your goals so people can hold you accountable.
Yeah.
It starts right there. All right, you guys. And Mick, what team are you on, Mick?
I'm with Richard's team.
Richard's team. Okay, good. So this is mostly all Richard's team. Good. So you guys hold each other accountable. Have fun with this. All right. So do I have you guys' commitment? And before you answer that, this is being recorded. So so I'm gonna have your answers being recorded. So do I have, and I need everybody to give me a response. Do I have you guys' commitment that you're going to be hold each other accountable, have some fun with it, hold yourself accountable, learn how to prospect well, not just prospect, but become professionals on the phone. Okay. And everything I talked about, do I have you guys' commitment to execute that, to level up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Chanel. And if I can't hear you guys, then put it in the chat box. Okay, perfect. All right. So now leveling up means also being accountable with the times that you put on your calendar, not to have any distractions. Okay. That's all a piece of leveling up. And when I check in with you guys next week, I want to make sure that I'm gonna check on you. I'm gonna hold you guys accountable, okay? But have fun with it. That's the most important thing. Because when you're having fun with it, it's going to push you even harder. If everybody's having fun and the camaraderie's there and the synergy's there, it's going to push everybody to the next level. It really is. And that's why
Mick put his number in there to role play with anyone too, and other people.
Okay.
So make sure you write down those numbers and text each other, call.
Yeah. So everybody, be role playing, get the scripts so everybody's on the same page. All right. Everybody has to be on the same page, okay, with the scripts. And then as you guys are using it, kind of come up with the same kind of foundation. Hey, this is work for me. What's working for you? Right. Okay, you guys. All right. Awesome call today, you guys. Thanks for having fun with me.
Great call, Gary.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, and then I'll see you guys next week. Have some fun this week. Make some appointments. Sell some houses.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.